The year is, let me pause here, July 1525. I have captured Utrecht and Overstrecht, and I have been developing my trade power on the English Channel node. I'm going to show you what is the actual trade power. We are 50% trade power here with Great Britain. This was England in the previous video. Now they have become Great Britain. They have 42. So we have surpassed the trade power of the British. The things that I have been done are, for example, workshops. I have been developing the shipyards and creating courthouses all over, because that reduces the amount of the so-called state maintenance. I've been coring this areas here, the recently captured areas, including Ostfriesland, and I just liberated Oldenburg. I really like the model of the Oldenburg knight with their pike. And we are right now, we see a French soldier, French stacking here in Friesland. Our king has died, the previous king, and now this is Duke Wilhelm, the 8th van Heinberg. His consort is also, we are a conqueror, and she is benevolent. His consort is Marguerite de Valois, which is a French consort, a Valois. We have been building spy network in Lisboa, Portugal, to get ourselves a little bit, discovering a little bit of the map, because we were waiting for this other slot, and I have decided to choose exploration ideas because we can get quest for the new world that allows the recruitment of explorers. And if I didn't do that, I was also planning to, it was in between getting expansion ideas, which are pretty interesting because they give you colonists, merchants, global settler increase. The expansion ideas and the exploration ideas I am very familiar with because of all of my runs that I have been that I have done with Castile. But I decided exploration, because exploration also gives you colonial ventures and increases colonial range and global settler increase and stuff like that. Let's explore a little bit of this. We have also factories that increase trade company investment costs for the VOC that we want to create in India, and free colony settler chance, and including treasure fleet income that come from your colonies when you start getting income from those. Can fabricate claim overseas in colonial regions if we manage to do this. And because I just finished the trade ideas and we got the bonus, which is 1 merchant. By the way, that extra merchant that I got, I placed him here in the Rhineland, even though the Rhineland is not feeding exactly into the English Channel, is feeding into Champagne, and Champagne is feeding into the English Channel. So that's the reason as well that I decided to take exploration ideas. Also, if you are Dutch, like in this case, we are doing the run with Holland. You can see that Holland has polders, which decreases the development cost, which, by the way, the ideas from the Dutch Holland are very nice, very good. National Sailors Modifier, including Leader Fire and Marines Force Limit, going for tolerance of heretics. Now that I have told you this, we are 107% reform desire. We've been dealing with Catholics here, and I'm going to show you. The area of Den Haag has become Protestant. There's no way we can take that from there. It is rooted here in Den Haag, and we're going to allow this to continue because when some provinces change religion, you can go and change your own religion as the leader of the nation. But you have the option to become Protestant, which gives national tax modifier and improve relations plus 15%. This place here, Prague, is the heart of the Protestant Reformation. And we have also over here, Altmark is a Protestant center of Reformation as well, that is spreading the Reformation all over here. We are right now in the age of Reformation, which is the next age that we have, the one that follows Age of Discovery. And I think that we're about to get printing press in Den Haag because that institution here, printing press, starts in 1550, in another 25 years or so. And it says that you have to be, one of the following must be true. Den Haag is in the region of the North Germany. Den Haag is in the region of South Germany. And also religion in Den Haag is Protestant or Reformed. So we're doing amazingly good. We are on schedule because we're about to core Utrecht. So we are going to be able to create the 7 provinces, the Republic of the 7 provinces. As I was saying, the ideas, we continue here with the army sappers, which increase the siege ability, and platoon fire, which increases the land fire damage. I'm still training, maintaining the army drill to the maximum, even though it's fleeting, and every time that you siege is going to take this thing down, but I still think is good. We have 4 artillery. We are in military technology number 10, which allows us to put here culverins or pedreros, which are level 10, which begin to be more offensive instead of defensive. Again, as I was saying, if we go here to decisions, we can see that the decision of forming the Dutch nation requires us to be at peace and owning the Utrecht province. If you are wondering why I'm not at peace, I have been at war with the Flanderians for over 5 years, and I'm about to sign a peace treaty. I didn't do that because I was coring Overstrecht and I was scoring Ostfriesland, and the amount of overextension was substantially high, and I'm just waiting for that so I can include my conquest of Flanders, that I think is going to be amazing because they have Brugge, and in Brugge they also produce cloth, but this area here has a trade power of 22, and as you already know, we are doing awesomely good with the trade power that we have in this area. Why? Because I just built workshops and marketplaces. By the way, it is a very, very good habit to build marketplaces which increase the local trade power, where you have entry ports, or for example estuaries like this. It is not recommended to build the so-called marketplaces where you don't have those. Let me just click here so you can see. Here we have also a natural harbor. So here is another place that is recommended to build a marketplace, because those places that have natural harbors or estuaries and entry ports and stuff like that, this one as well is an entry port. These places are amazingly good for marketplaces, because the marketplace increase the local trade power modifier by 50%. And the other thing that is going to be useful is to increase the natural harbor or the marketplace. If there's an actual place that you can, for example, a marketplace, like for example, let me show you where are these things, market towns like this, for example. But these are inland um, buildings. Again, because I don't want to be using this thing. I don't want to be spying on the Portuguese. I would like to build myself a couple more of these. By the way, I have created my flagship, which right now is a caravel. We just evolved from carracks to caravels, and David's Driehelden, that's the name. Actually, I wanted to name it like this. So this thing is going to be called Dutch flagship. Okay, and I've been using this one to uncover the fog of war over these regions. Western Indian Ocean. I was uncovering West African Sea through here, so I can start discovering here. That's why I want the possibility to get myself the hands on the explorers here. Okay, so we're just going to wait right now a couple of months so we can get ourselves the core here, and then we are going to be more at ease when we conquer this. By the way, he's been dubbed, Duke Wilhelm VIII has been dubbed the Conqueror. That's the reason. And by the way, I have all the people are calling for peace, and I am right now just ignoring this thing, which reduce the goods produced and reduce siegeability. Core creation is going to be more expensive. Hence, that's the reason I was thinking, why is so expensive to core Utrecht? But that was the reason. But this is a good strategy, I think, to be at war and start coring the previous conquered lands and immediately declare another war, and then you can continue conquering, and at the same time that you core, you are going to be able to then core again, but it is more expensive. That is, so here, if you see, if I take Ghent, let me take both of this. This is because I have asked them to become a subject, but I don't want. If I do this, it's going to cost me 57 aggressive expansion, and it's going to give me a lot of penalties. Either way, it doesn't matter if I have now cleaned my overextension. I don't know if it's because of this. No. By the way, I just learned that you can put primacy of nobility, which gives you extra monthly military power. All of these that have the hand trying to catch the monarch symbol, they give you an extra power each month, an extra monarch power each month. I just didn't use it for the clergy, just for the nobility, with primacy of the nobility and land of commerce. And those are the only two that I'm using for the burghers, because this one decreases the cost of the ships and also increase the trade power of the caravels. That's why I have a lot of trade power here. And right now we're going to take what we need in here. I am planning to get absolutism, because absolutism helps you a lot in regard of conquering and stuff like that. So let's see what we're going to demand here. I won't be able to demand reason, and I think I can make them I think I can get the hit of this. Brabant and Aachen, including, let's see, Brabant, Aachen, perhaps Berg, Cleves. All of these guys could create a coalition against me. So I'm thinking about this one is not so worth the hassle, you know. This one instead, it is very, very valuable in terms of trade power. So I could, in a way, just take this one, and I'm just going to make them my vassals. But still, if I make them my vassals, still they will get a penalty of aggressive. We will get a penalty of aggressive expansion. So at this point, I think that having Brugge in as my territory, as part of my land, is gonna be a good idea, I think. Let me see. I won't be connected, but I can force them. Let's see, treaties. We should ask them to end rivalry with us. And enforce military access. Because we will need military access, actually. They should give up claims in our lands. And we are going to take whatever we can in here. Yeah, that's gonna be. So Flanders will cede Brugge to Holland. Flanders and its subjects give up all claims in Holland. I can form the Dutch nation, I believe. No, because we're at war. So again, Flanders and its subjects gave up all its claims in Holland. Flanders will be forced to give military access to Holland so we can pass through here. And this place is going to be giving us a huge amount of trade power here. The military access cannot be cancelled until the truce is over. Flanders are forced to remove Holland as the rival, so we are going to force them. And Flanders will pay 43 ducats, and Holland will receive 6 because we are in conjunction with, in this war with France, with Hungary, Austria-Hungary, the Savoyards, and Geneva. And we will get 25 aggressive expansion, which I don't care, because I'm just going to clean it very quickly. But now that I know that this is going to cost me 148 just because we have too much water exhaustion. So look at this. Let me just wait for the next month so we can see how much. Who has announced me? Eichen. Eichen has announced me as the new rival. Okay, good. Let's see. We have grown to 47 and then 43. Yeah, but we don't get the benefits of this place, the whole benefits, up until we lose the actual autonomy here. But we can build things. For example, I can destroy this church, and I can get myself workshop and marketplace. Marketplace is good. It's a good place because it's a naval harbor. I can build a courthouse and expand the infrastructure, which produces local goods produced modifier in the draperies here. Let us do it afterwards when we are finishing, when we can core it. When we finish coring it, that means that we're going to be able to core it by a reduced amount of administration when all of these goes down. Okay, good. So now I can get myself in here in a couple of years. So I can get this. So we just wait for this Brabantian separatists that appeared here in this area. If I declare war to Loon, all of these guys are going to be ready to attack them, so I think I can do it. Brabant, in the other hand, would be a better thing. And I have a core here, so I think I can declare war to Loon as well. To take this place is going to be amazing because this place has gems. As of right now, I am producing mostly cloth and livestock plus salt. You can see we are 92.8% Catholic, but this is going to change. And something interesting here is the economy of Great Britain that went skyrocketed before 1517. Then it went up again and then down, and now they are up. Okay, we're waiting for the form the Dutch nation. I can form the Dutch nation right now. Why not? Before forming the Dutch nation, you know what? I'm going to do that because by forming the Dutch nation, this is the moment I can form the Dutch nation. I'm going to tell you why. By forming the Dutch nation, some of these provinces, for example, they are part of the HRE, as you can see. And if I go here, I still vote on the imperial situations here. I still vote here, and I can leave the HRE, but all provinces will remain with the current owner and be removed from the empire. I cannot remove them from the empire, by the way, because as a member of the HRE, we cannot remove individual provinces from the HRE. If we leave the empire, we must give up any non-core HRE provinces. Any non-court HRE provinces, which the only non-court is this one, and it's not an HRE province, but because we have court the other ones, we don't have to give them up. It is considered to be one of the core provinces, so we don't have to. We don't have to. Removing Antwerp from the Holy Roman Empire will reduce the imperial authority and greatly upset the emperor, and we don't want that. Also, since these guys decided to maintain Burgundy as part of the empire, I voted to no, but they either way did it. I think this was a bad situation because the only thing that is left from Burgundy is this small part that is part of the HRE. So this is going to produce a little bit of problems with France, as you may know. As I was saying, if I click here, the HRE, you see that everything that is green is part of the HRE. So we have to, if we continue conquering these parts of the HRE, then what is going to happen is that I will have this coalition aggressive expansion against me. So because I'm getting the malus for acquiring provinces that are part of the HRE. And I'm going to follow the recommendation that as soon as you can form the Dutch nation, you do it. So the Dutch are emerging as one of Europe's most capable naval and colonial power. Lucrative trade opportunities locally and overseas have resulted in a swift evolution for the country into one of the first capitalist countries in the world. Let's welcome the 16th century to the first capitalist country in the world. Hello. So the world will see what is the power of capitalism creating the Netherlands. There we go. Amazing. Look at the color. Orange. Fantastic. Look at the flag. Beautiful flag, you see. This place is now Flemish. We are the Dutch now. The Orange Dutch. The Orange capitalists. Okay, now let's declare war here. Going to call again France, Austria, and Savoy. Against all of this, we take Loon, by the way. And then we're going to take Brabant finally. Let's see if this one here is going to be added into the frame. Nope. So let's get on with it. Great. We don't have an heir, and our king, by the way, it's pretty powerful. I was thinking in doing this, but I'm not going to do that right now. Here they come. We're just going to wait for France to come and help us. Oh, what? How he managed to do that? Oh my God. So we're going to be destroyed, sadly. The Brabantines they really have something against us. Yeah, we survived. And here we have the French helping us. We just run away straight into Paris. We're gonna stay here. We just follow the French here. The French are very willing to help us in this endeavor that we have here. Okay, let's get cavalry fire plus infantry shock and combat with, and the possibility to build weapons manufactories. Blood is thicker than water. The current war with Brabant has triggered a round of intrigues in the Dutch court. On the one hand, Geoffroy Mons, our Flemish statesman, has offered to draw information from his network of contacts in Brabant, a considerable network he claims, including several contacts close to the count, to aid the war effort. On the other hand, his political opponents have raised doubts about his loyalty. They argue that, in spite of his previously exemplary service, we simply cannot trust the Flemish to participate in deliberations of national importance at this time. They therefore demand that he be banned from the court. Do we ban him? The advisor Geoffroy Mons, which, by the way, is this guy, which gives us diplomatic reputation just because he's Flemish. We ban him or we keep him. The nobility will be angry. He will lift the fog of war from Brabant. Can you imagine that? In Brussels here? We know what's happening here because France is besieging it with Maurice de Bourgeois. Okay, we throw them away. We throw him away. More peasants here. Liberation. Oh, look at that. These are peasants that are angry with me. Let's see. We're going to go for improved relations. We can go for morale for navies. I think this is good. No advisor here. Let's go for stability. Reduction. We have to deal with these guys here. With these peasants. We don't do that, they will declare independence for Friesland. Can you imagine? Just going to kick their asses here. There we go. Now let's see what we can help here. With what? Let's send our friends down here to Leash. Most of these guys have very little, but there are too many. What are the options that we have here? Oh, we have added more missions here. It's not that it changes, it just added more. So now we can go for Northern Renaissance, which will give us Netherlands get seats of artists for 20 years, giving the following effects: possible advisors and administrative advisor costs. And the Dutch Catholic artist Geronimus Bosch joins your court. Stability cost modifier minus 10%. Low countries universities, reorganizing the clergy. Tales of Gold and Spice, which will increase the colonial range. That is Many foreign explorers speak of the land beyond our maps. They tell tales of gold and spice, tempting many settlers to set sail towards the land, and let these rumors of gold tempt us no more as we set sail towards the terra incognita. For that, we need this. What is the statist and stuff like that I read about it? The statists stadtholder monarchy, there you go, allows plutocratic ideas, disallows aristocratic idea groups. Elective monarchy you have, stadtholder monarchy, allows elections, does not have consorts, does not have heirs. It's just an elective monarchy, and the term is of 4 years. We cannot be the HRE, enables statist versus orangist mechanics, and enables the parliament. So it is going to be this is the option for the stadtholder monarchy, the monarchy that is based in the Low Countries. As it says here, stadtholder, meaning placeholder, is the name traditionally applied to the governors or stewards of the Low Countries, being turned into a hereditary title. It is now equivalent to a king. We have trade efficiency increase, heavy ships combat ability, no stability loss on monarch death, and the VOC Indian men force limit is increased, reduced liberty desire in other continents, and the country allows the VOC Indian men ships, which are different from the Indian men. And there you go. That is for that. We have opened these 7 provinces here that reduce development costs, goods produced modified increased, province governing cost, and construction cost and time reduced. Manpower in primary culture provinces plus 15%, and in same culture groups 15%, which is Flemish and Walloon, I think. We open the exile colonial companies as well, which increase settler chance and expel minority costs. So C provinces is good. You can use 15 of the government reform progress here and change it, instead of a feudal nobility, change it to stadtholder monarchy, which is a unique thing for. That's why I was asking myself, where is the stadtholder, statist and orangist thing that I have read so much? Yeah, that's the reason. You have to change it yourself in there. So we're still at war, and let us just move into Lish here. Constitutionalism and the General States. In the early 17th century, when the northern part of the Netherlands had managed to hold the Spaniards at bay, a political conflict started over which type of government the new country should have. Moritz of Orange wanted a monarchy, while Oldenbarneveld wanted a confederacy. The confederacy as the Swiss Confederacy, Switzerland. The conflict ended with a confederacy of semi-autonomous provinces, hence its name, the United Provinces. Still a spark of monarchism was kept with, which later evolved into something more and lasting. Confederacy on Republican model. This type of government changes to republic. This is the event. We don't need to spend we don't need to spend the government reform progress. We don't have to spend it to stadtholder monarchy. So he's telling us, do we want to become an elective monarchy? Is a republic, I think, which is this one. Or I think this is a different event, because we can become a de facto republic or confederacy with traces of monarchism, which is the stadtholder monarchy, or keep our own government that we have right now, which is feudal nobility. I think that that's what it would be, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let's go to the. It is not autocracy, but feudal nobility, which is pretty much monarchy, feudal monarchy. We are not going to be able to get aristocratic idea groups, and also allows plutocratic ideas. We don't have plutocratic ideas here, but I think plutocratic doesn't exist here, right? No, it appears. So we will have plutocratic ideas, which is the ideas that increase the trade and stuff like that, I believe. So this is the crucial point. Let me just save here as event decision. This is the replayability that is so infamous for EU4, in which you can choose two paths. I am going to choose the one that is the stadtholder monarchy. This is a republic. The government rank kingdom gives diplomats, monthly autonomy change, republican cultures, this and that. Also, the Dutch Republic reform allows royal marriages and allows also plutocratic idea groups and disables the aristocratic. The Dutch election is going to be for 4 years and also enables statists versus orangists mechanics and enables a parliament. The difference is that in here, this one is not eligible for HRE emperorship. I think this one, yes. And the trade efficiency is the same, I think, because you got the VOC in the MN force. Yeah, it's the same thing. We still have a parliament and 4 years, but does not have heirs and does not have consorts. In this case, you have heirs and consorts. So you can see that the difference in between the Dutch Republic, you can have royal marriages and consorts. If we stay like that, and adds the diplomat thing, governing capacity, monthly autonomy change. This is local unrest reduced, local tax modifier increased, but reduce the absolutism. Instead, this one is different. This doesn't add any diplomat. So I'm going to go for the stadtholder monarchy. There we go. Election of the king. We have seats for the state in general. This is the parliament, just as England, the same as England or Great Britain. So the strengthening of the statist has forced Wilhelm VIII to accept the election of a new stadtholder, and both the statist and the orangists have put forward a new candidate. Okay, sadly. This is the balance of power in between orangists, monarchists, and the statists. This is more like, as I said, an elective monarchy in between a balance of the monarchy and the balance of the republicans, which are the statists, the people that believe in republics. Okay. Instead, if you're a republic, it's different because you're a de facto republic, such as Venice. That, as you can see here, it's a serene republic. So, should we put Ludwig Karel 321, or should we put the monarchist Wilhelm IX 232? Oh, sadly, Mr. Stadtholder Wilhelm the Conqueror is going to put away. The parliament has talked. So it is what it is. Wilhelm IX. It'll be. There you are. Is weak, but what we can do? We reduce the stability cost modifier, land force limit modifier increases, so we can recruit more troops. And we have yearly legitimacy. Good that we can recruit more troops. Fantastic. We're going to take that into account. Oh, there he comes. Let's go and build spy network for this guys. Start debate, but we don't have seats. We can choose seats, by the way. This thing increases tolerance of heretics. That'll be good. Why not? Increases the stability cost modifier, by the way. We're going to see things about the government later. So we're dealing with Liege, and we're going to take Brabant here. This guy is friend of that guy. We can conquer this. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's start the debate. Losing 10% local autonomy in Breda would be good. Why not? Breda has 50% autonomy. That would be one thing. Or reducing the cost of advisors. Gaining 1,300 sailors. Adding a new diplomat for the next 10 years. Navy traditions, mercantilism, stability. This looks good. Manpower recovery speed and monthly work exhaustion reduced. Support the war effort. There we go. Price local regiments. We reduce that. We reduce army professionalism. Okay, never mind. We are the only seat. The seat is in Den Haag. I think that's the capital. So I'm going to change the capital, by the way, in here. When we achieve peace. Because there's one seat. It was just me, the one that accepted that. Army traditions decreased. Never mind. Okay, we took Liege. Tells. Julisch. Berg. We have a huge army of the Emperor here. I think this is enough. Can deal with this. Let's see if Brabant is part of the... None of them are like vassals, so I can deal with this separately. So if I take this, ooh, look at this. Coalition on the way. If not, I can clearly make them stop to be annulling treaties with Liege and with Cleves. With Cleves can stay like that. I don't like the coalition threat over there. Steer trade, I don't know, I don't think. They should give up claims in our territories, war operations, and enforce military access, I think. And a little bit of money. There we go. Finally, let's see if we can deal with this. If I take this, I will get a huge penalty and a possible coalition with 114 countries. Huh. I think I'm going to start coring this one, even though it's going to take too much. There we go. Prefer to do that instead. So I'm gonna send my troops here and just wait. Just wait for the other countries to do their thing. Mainz is no, I don't want pillaging. Mainz want to talk. Okay, let's annul treaties with the Palatinate and with Luxembourg. And you will give up claims. I don't care your claims there. War operations. And that's it. A little bit of money. Great. The flute ship. The expensive Dutch economy has put large demands on our merchant marine. The very shallow Dutch waters also mean that common merchant ships such as caravels are unable to approach many of the Dutch ports. So far, this has been handled by the use of smaller buoyers, but with financial backing from Peter Jans Liorn, a Dutch merchant from Hoorn. A new type of ship has been developed. The flute ship, or flute, is longer and has a very characteristic pear-shaped stern and is built to be effectively manned by small crew, as it is able to carry larger cargoes while still handling the shallow Dutch waters and behaving very well in the open sea. The ship is a godsend for merchants. Gain 5 prestige, the transport cost is going to be reduced, and local shipbuilding time is going to be reduced. By the way, I think those are called flutes. Those are the flutes to transport ships. Okay. I wonder if our shipbuilding industry is ready for this. Yes, it's ready. It's the shipbuilding industry of in the Netherlands. What do you expect? Frisian population, they are in giving us support. Groningen, Friesland, and Ostfriesland, they are going to have boost in production efficiency. Look how Netherlands is competing with England here, and now this is the orange. There you go. Leech wants to talk. Wait. Leech wants to talk. The Palatinate, the Emperor himself, I think. Indeed. Stilberg, Cleves, Memmingen, Nuremberg. How many of them? The Palatinate says that, no, I don't want to pillage the Palatinate. Where's the Palatinate? Somewhere around here, I think. Where is it? Okay. I want you to annul treaties with Liege, and I want you to... What is the... This is the Rhineland, right? Here we have incoming trade from Vienna. How much power do the Palatinate has here? The Palatinate is coded as this green. The Palatinate has 2% trade power in here. They have a little bit of trade power. So I can say transfer trade power. Or steer trade. Transfer trade power and war operations. War operations for the emperor itself. Let's go here. I want money. That'll be like this. What's this? Memmingen. To Memmingen can give me something. Okay, let's stop the treaties with the Palatinate and war operations and money. There we go. Who else? Verden. 99% with Verden here. What is the trade of Verden? What's the color of this one? It's yellow. They don't even have. Is that Holstein? It's Verden. Holstein. Holstein. Holstein is this one. What's the amount of trade power? They don't even have. Okay, no steer, no nothing. I don't want anything from you. Just war operations and money. Okay. Nuremberg is about to fall. Cleves still alive. Berg, instead, we can deal with Berg. We can ask for Julish, but no. You could liberate this one. Money. There we go. Did he liberate something here? I didn't notice. Lich will cede loan to the Netherlands. Lich will be forced to give Netherlands 10% of their income each month to pay for war operations. And Lich will annul the treaties with Cleves. Lich will pay 75 ducats to the Netherlands, 13 aggression expansion. I don't know. Because this thing here still gets me a coalition with Berg, Aachen, Cleves, Cologne, Munster, and Brabant. Unless I wait for 1 year. Let's wait for 1 year. Cleves. Okay, let's take our No, it's not conquistador. Well, actually, yes, right? No, it's this one. We need 49. Okay. Nope. No talks with Leash as of yet. Okay, what's happening here? What is that? Nuremberg. Upper Franconia will be pillaged. Why pillaged? They also want me to give. You see, they try to give you every time that they allow you to pillage them. They increase your aggressive, your AE, aggressive expansion. So you should not accept those things. It's not good. It's not good at all. Let's see. Stop relations with Emperor. War operations. Nuremberg is not so powerful. There you go. Okay, and finally we just wait for Cleves. And we wait 1 year. Where's Cleves? Look how much money do we make. Trade crisis. Either get trade efficiency minus 25% up to January 1529, the next year, or minor crisis, paying diplomatic points and getting less trade efficiency for 1 year. Try to alleviate them. That's what we're going to do. Let's see, Cleves. Cleves is this one. So France is taking that place. So we're going to move here. So we're going to help them. Okay. One stability. One of our ruler's most esteemed and revered ancestors was actually a saint. And I had before one event that said that the von Heinsbergs were descendants from Julius Caesar. National Bank paid dividends. Oh, thank you. Very good profits for the national banks. We're getting richer and richer. Okay, the burger state lose 10 influence, and I've not been able to take land because I'm at war. Nobles demand increased pensions and national tax modifier for 20 years. Are you kidding me? I'm not giving them nothing. I will give them nothing. So Cleves is over. With Cleves is over. We could end rivalry with us, perhaps, and we can humiliate them. And also, I think enforced military access could be good. Forced military access, more operations, a little bit of money. There we go. I think we gain power projection by humiliating them. That's good. Cardinal exposed in Brugge. By the way, what we're doing here? A core. We're coring it. Good. Just waiting for the core there. Wow, the time flied. The time flies with this. Who's my new rival, Brandenburg? Prussia. The future Prussia. That is the... Okay, there we go. We have core this. We don't have too much... Well, we don't have our overextension, so I can take Lund very, very easily. With just Brabant and Berg being angry with me if we take that. And if we do this... Oh, yeah. No, I'm not taking Liege. Sadly, we're going to relinquish Liege. Stop being friends with Cleves. And I'm gonna pillage it. I think the capital is Liege. Instead, I'm going to pillage it. Force religion, which is going to be interesting because that will see Lund to the Netherlands. Wallonia will be pillaged by the Netherlands. Liege will annul the treaties with Cleves and will convert. Liege will convert to Catholic. No. That's good. We don't have any problem with that. Humiliate and war reparations. Wait. What gives me that? The pillaging. Yeah, no, I'm not pillaging it. Humiliating, yes. And war reparations. And let's see if they have enough trade power. They would be having trade power here, you think? Liege. No, they don't even have it. Here, perhaps? Munster. No, it's very minimal. I can't even see it. So transfer trade power is not going to be something that I need. Just a little bit of this, and there we go. Great. Now we can seize land. We have 40% of land. Just destroy them here. There we go. And that's it. Ooh, look. All of this is because I'm just going to go to Antwerpen. All of this is because of this. So we will need to wait a little bit for that. Let's score it. It is more expensive because of the war exhaustion, but I will need to core it either way. You know what? I'm not going to core it right now. Just going to wait. Could do this, which increase the tolerance for heretics, which are Protestants, and I'm really thinking in converting to Protestantism. Let's see. Let's take our Andres Dendels, Frederick van Rossum, or Rockland van Assendelf. There we go. Rockland van Assendelf is going to be our... Why he is here in the middle of the ocean? Oh, I cannot go there. I thought we were welcomed in there, but no, we're not. So let's return to Bruges. There we go. Incredible, right? We're filthy rich. Let's do this. Okay, stop with this guy. We are going to, let's see the relations with France. We have bad relations with France, so improve relations is not going to be bad, including this. But because we are just a stadtholder, I think is less relevant. Improve relations with that guy. Here we place our, we need to explore, we need 3 light ships. This is 1 light ship. You can see it has trade route map, which is trade power per ship in fleet increased. And also you can get ourselves 2 more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the ships from here. Let's bring this one here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna put the flagship, which increases +1 for each fleet per ship in fleet. So we have 28. So we're going to be incredibly powerful here. You can see that right now we are 49. Let's see how powerful we're going to be. I'm just going to take one of these. It's going to be the Ackerbum. You know what? The Marcus Curtius, this one. Gonna send him here. Gonna change the capital to here. That is going to increase as well the money. Let's just put Brandenburg as our, by the way, Cologne, and Munster, I think. Munster, that's going to be 1. And, I don't know, Brandenburg. Could be Brandenburg, why not? Cologne. There we go. This is Cologne. No, this is Cleves. Cologne is this one. Good. We are going to build 2 more caravels in here. Those are going to be sent with him to explore, and these guys are going to be sent to protect trade in the English Channel. And let's see how powerful we will become. Amsterdam has now a seat in the parliament. Den Haag, Gelre, and Amsterdam. Okay. Look at this. 17 manpower. So what this means is that right now we have 55% and the English have 38%. We rule the English Channel. Fantastic. Let's see if we can bring Poland into an alliance. They say that our army strength is not so good. So, you know, 32 ducats per month is amazing. So let's see. We can do this. The 7 provinces. Okay, wait. There's a lot to do. Let me go first and build my limit in strength here. So my actual, this is the 27 combat width. I have 14, okay? If I build another 5, yeah, I will build another 5. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh God. Hurry up. Okay. This will take... I don't care about that because I'm a stadtholder, so it is not relevant. The royal marriages, by the way, not relevant. Okay. The ships have not sailed away, so we still need that. We're going to increase the trade power here. We're 55 and it's going to be brutal, you can see. There you go. The next one, let's wait. As of right now. There you go. We have 55 still. Interesting. Okay, let's wait for the troops. Flemish revolt. Going to deal with those rebels in a few moments. Those Flemish. Okay. There we go. Give them support. Okay, now. Look at this. I can. Let me boost. Always boost this one. It's important, and the discipline that you have is important as well. Okay. Now it's not reduced. 76. Let's remember that. So send this guys here. Let's see if the Polish nobility would want army strength. No. Neutral attitude. They wouldn't want that. I'm still having... Oh, I have more relations because of the military access. That's one thing. France, Austria, and Savoy, but we have Cleves, Brabant, and Flanders up until the end of the truce, duplicating and going over the limit for the so-called diplomatic relations limit. We can get a boost here in the next one that the Dutch polders gives local defensiveness and monthly devastation. And in Amsterdam, we have also the Amsterdam Bourse that gives trade value. Look at that, trade value by 700. We're going to be rich. We're going to be rich, my friends. Going to be rich. So, waiting for these guys to start exploring India and getting ourselves en route to the VOC. And when we find ourselves a nice, beautiful Indian foothold that we can take, we're going to build the VOC, the East India Company for the Dutch East India Company, and we're going to create the first colony of the Dutch, possibly in India and in Japan. And that, I think, is going to be our last goal for this run. This was Victus. See you in the next one.